North Korea is now a country without a currency. On November the 30th, the North Korean government announced that all North Korean currency is no longer legal tender and is essentially worthless instantly. Now, the North Korean government's explanation for this is that they stated that they want to issue a new North Korean currency that would replace the current one. They want to simply chop off 2 zeros, so the buying power would not change at all. It's just simply going to be a cosmetic change. So, for example, a current 1,000 North Korean won banknote would then be replaced with a 10 won banknote of the new North Korean currency. Now, one problem, however, is the North Korean government announced that they're not going to issue the new North Korean won currency until December the 7th. So that means from November 30th to December the 7th, there's no currency in North Korea because the old currency is now worthless. So that means for 7 days, there's no business or commerce taking place in North Korea. Now, even worse is that the North Korean government announced that they're going to issue exchange limits. Now, each household is only going to be is going to have a limit of only 100,000 North Korean won that they can exchange into new North Korean won. So 100,000 North Korean won is worth roughly $40 US. So think about that. Think about if you have, let's say a couple thousand dollars worth of or the equivalent in American money. Imagine, you can only exchange $40, and basically anything more than that, you lose it. Now, there was reports of protests taking place because of this, so then the North Korean government decided to up the exchange limit to 150,000 North Korean won, but that's still only $60 US that each household is allowed to exchange. So a lot of people are going to lose their life savings. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, I can't even imagine having to go through that. I mean, it's bad enough no currency for 7 days, but then your life savings is going to be gone. So this just goes to show that, it doesn't matter what country you're in. I think everyone should own some precious metals, because that's the difference between precious metals and paper currency. Is governments with a stroke of a pen can't just deem, let's say, gold or silver worthless. They can't do that. They can only do that with paper. So it just goes to show, no matter what country you're in, you do have to get some precious metals if you can, because the government cannot control that. They can only control the paper. So anyway, if you have any thoughts or opinions on that, I'd like to hear them.